decisions that governments and partners take now.
A call to action to governments around the world to bring children safely back to the classroom.
The COVID-19 pandemic has led to the largest disruption of education ever.
The United Nations chief making a push to open schools after they were closed in some 160 countries last month, affecting more than 1 billion of the world's students. Even before the pandemic, the UN says over 250 million young people missed out on class. Now,
we face a generational catastrophe.
The UN says school closures caused by COVID-19 have undermined decades of progress for education and heightened entrenched inequalities, adding urgency to the global dilemma over how to make classrooms safe in the middle of a pandemic. According to 2 new studies published in the medical journal The Lancet, testing and tracing will be key to schools reopening. The first study, led by scientists in the UK, found the country's test, trace, isolate strategy isn't sufficient enough to prevent a second wave of coronavirus.
Contact tracing as a whole in the greater society I don't think is up to scratch at all at the moment.
The second study, out of Australia, found low levels of transmission in schools with contact tracing and other safety measures in place.
I think it'd be nice to see friends again, I guess, and be taught by teachers, not just be taught on a screen.
A top expert in the U.S. says there are 2 big reasons schools should go back to in-person learning.
It's important for the children because of the psychological benefit, and in some places, even for the nutrition of children who rely on the breakfast and the lunches in school for proper nutrition. Number 2, there are important negative downstream effects that are unintended but can occur of a ripple effect on the parents who have to dramatically modify their own work schedule.
In the hotspot of Florida, 2 more teenagers have died from COVID-19 complications, bringing the total number of minors who have been killed by the virus to 7. Their deaths a reminder that while younger people seem to be less vulnerable, they can still be infected and seriously affected by coronavirus. For City News, I'm Caryn Ceolin.